People, when they see this video, share them now, share them, because they don't catch them. Inec, so the result where they call them from, because see the main result here, and then carry and go throw away inside bush. Then carry and go throw away inside bush. Then the one where they can't go hide, compile, now then carry go give Inec. When they don't go transfer everything finish, where this result come out from? Where Inec they call their own result from? I think said they supposed call from the beavers where they upload. I think said they supposed call from there. So this particular result now, where it come out from? Una they see what these people they do. We'll get more evidence now. So go they now. So God go they expose them. This time around they no go scot free. They don't they do them for quite a long time. So if you know say they watch this video now, share them. So share them, tag them, tag everybody where you fit tag. Make them see this video, because this time around we go make sure so we dig out more fact, more evidence where we make them rig this election. Share this video now and then follow my page. Stay tuned for more updates.
You can see it. It's been found in the bush, which is not supposed to be. A student found this EC84 in the book. Yes, you can see it. Imagine election.
Open the other one.
Okay, imagine something is going on and this form is in the bush. So which one are they submitting? This was the one that everybody saw. Everybody saw as their result in the polling unit. But at the end of the day, it's been thrown away. So this is what we are fighting for. God bless you.
I want to tell you that all of them, not some, the EU, the ECOWAS, the AU, the CSOs, both in Nigeria and internationally, they came to one conclusion. According to Thabo Mbeki, say INEC destroyed the trust of Nigerian people in the process. In a democracy, the process is more important than the result. And the process of conducting an election is very clear. I participated in this election. You go to the polling booth, you are accredited by the beavers, you go vote. At the conclusion of the matter, the vote is counted, the vote is announced publicly, the vote is transferred through electronic transfer to the server. Two levels of authentication through transfer. The first is uploading to the IREF portal, which is snapping the hard copy of the manual result and uploading it, which INEC was doing even before the authorization of electronic transmission. INEC yearned and told Nigerian people, and Nigerian people fought to grant them electronic transmission of results. The only reason for the amendment of 2022 Electoral Act is electronic transmission of results, to remove the mischief of the manual collation centers, where Nigerians have unanimously agreed is the albatross for free and fair election. In Mahmoud's INEC, in 2023 presidential election, Mahmoud bypassed the process of transferring electronically the result of the presidential election intentionally and willfully in order to manipulate the election to pronounce Bola Tinubu the president-elect. Why did I use the word willfully and intentionally? Anybody telling you there was a glitch in Beavers is the first liar of this election. There were 3 elections conducted on the same day. No Beavers. I repeat, no Beavers malfunctioned. We were accredited by Beavers. It did not malfunction. We were counted, announced. They transmitted the result of the senatorial election. Beavers was beautiful. They did it with the House of Representatives. Beavers was on top of the game. Then in the presidential election, they are telling their own fools, not us, that Beavers suddenly started malfunctioning. No, it did not malfunction. There was a deliberate attempt to make sure that the presidential election is not transmitted, so that they will resort illegally and criminally by the law. Section 60 subsection 4 of the Electoral Act made it clear count and announce the result in the polling unit. Transmit and transfer in the polling unit. Subsection 5. So the polling unit independence in the conduct of our election is sacrosanct. And anything beyond that is not only illegal, but criminal. Subsection 6 very clear. Anybody that contravenes this procedure has become a criminal and should be sentenced to jail. He will either pay a fine of 500,000 naira or go to jail for at least 6 months. So all the Inec officials that committed crime in front of Nigerian people are now by law criminals. And again,
well, they haven't been found guilty yet.
No,
by
you don't
a
need
court
to find,
of law.
The finding of guilty is to punish. I give you an example. In law, if somebody has a land and you know your own land, somebody is building on it, and you don't scream and you keep quiet to finish, when he finishes, that land belongs to him. So when somebody is stealing from you, even in the local parlance, you have to shout, thief, thief, so that people will help you to apprehend them. In the local palace, you have to shout, ole, ole. If you don't do it, you may just be found guilty of contributory negligence. So the issue here is not that the court is for them to be punished. The first act in criminal proceeding is complaint.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the act
Good.
has to,
Now,
the court has to find them
the act has
guilty
not
before
finished.
it punishes.
The act has not finished.
Yeah.
In 64, subsection 4, the act say you cannot collate, you cannot collate or announce results until you confirm and verify the results with the result already transmitted and transferred, recorded in the beavers, the accredited voters, and in number of votes in the beavers. Section 64, subsection 4, subsection 5. And in subsection 6, it says if there is a dispute, in other words, somebody says, look at what I have, is different from what is in the beavers. He said you would have to stop, compare with the result in the beavers. And if there is contradiction, the one in the beavers prevails. INEC chairman is the chief returning officer in the issue of presidency. There was no beavers at all throughout. And he went on to collect and announce, making it a criminal offense. Again, according to subsection 64.
All right, you've laid out the law and you understand the process, but some will even say, going by your analogy of shouting thief, thief, thief.
Yes.
You could incite people
Yes, if
to
you don't
jungle
understand
justice.
English, you say ole, ole.
Yes.
Oshio, oshio.
Okay, you could incite people to jungle justice if you do that. Some may say that, and that's what the governing party is saying, that there is a proper channel, which is the court.
Yeah.
You seem to have all the evidence, you understand the law and what has been done here. Why are you so afraid of going to the courts? Because that's what the governing party is saying, that you're afraid to go to the courts.
Well, in
Why?
fairness, actually, the Labour Party has come out today to say that they are going to
mount a
court.
legal challenge.
They're
So-
going to, although they haven't,
Haven't.
but they said they're
Yes.
going to.
Right. Before you talk about healing, when there is a disease, you have to analyze the pathology. The pathology of this case is that there was a rigging. If there was no reasonable suspicion that there was no election at all, as a matter of fact, in the eyes of the law, there was no election at all. As long as there's no transmission from the polling unit. And look at, this country, the level of impunity is really very insulting. You know what they're telling us? They will soon finish uploading the result. And they have done
After the fact.
140,000.
Out of 176,000 plus.
But after collating and announcing, which is a criminal offense, as a matter of fact, they are admitting to Nigerian people to the crime. Now, what are we saying? What I'm telling you is that if you don't cry thief, 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 then what are you going to court to do? And I told you that the first act in criminal procedure is complaint.
But you did
So
have
who am I inciting? Okay, let me ask you, Adesanya?
Adesoa.
Adesu Abeni. So, if somebody wants to steal your goats in your house, you say, no, allow him to steal it.
First, I don't have a goat. But Mr.
I'm just saying,
What
don't.
do you do? I don't have a
So
goat.
what do you do?
Okay, but
You
thought
shout,
Nigeria.
thief, for people to come and help you.
Great. Okay,
Secure your goats.
let's go back to the polling unit, because we've been hearing from all sides, in this matter.
Yes.
At every polling unit, as you have stated, there are levels to the process.
Right.
At the polling unit, you had agents.
Yes.
They signed on to these results. They watched them being uploaded, or maybe not. At the ward level, they did the same. It got to the state and got to the national, and then we hear opposition raising the alarm. What happened at those levels, the polling unit to the state level? What happened there?
Good. If you are following my Twitter, I raised alarm on the Saturday by midnight. I went there, and I'm a leader of my people, where we annihilated APC and PDP in Enugu State. In my polling unit, we have about 1,000 persons, and we got about 900 and something votes. What I am saying is that almost by midnight, because I instructed the polling unit agents that they must remain there, that if the result is not transmitted from there, is of no effect. They remained, and then reported to me, sir, the Senate